This is what a 30-second orca looks like. Not looking so great, huh? Welcome back to the channel. I love orcas. Who doesn't? They are so cool and pretty. And so they are perfect for today's art challenge. How much time does it take to make a cool orca illustration? The challenge is simple, really. We put a timer for 3 minutes to draw an orca, and then 30 minutes, and at last, 3 hours. Let's not waste time. Let's dive into the 3-minute drawing. 3 minutes is barely any time, but just enough to get some basic shapes and colors in. An orca is basically a banana shape with a fin, with a white underside, a white spot above its eye, a gray spot behind the fin, and another with a loop spot on its tail. For 3 minutes it looks fine, but lacks shading and some refinement. Let's see if an extra 27 minutes will be enough to create something decent. We once again just dive in with our banana shape. Add the spots. This time we actually have some time to do some shading. The shading is basically a bit of light gray on top and a bit of grayish blue on the underside, cause water. That already looks better. I would say most of my typical drawings take 30 minutes. I like a more simplified illustration, which I can use for animation or reproduce for my storytelling needs. For 30 minutes it's pretty alright, and how most of my stuff looks. Alright, now let's give us a whole 3 hours. Since we now have plenty of time, I spent the first hour doing some thumbnails and some sketches of orcas in movement. I especially enjoyed scribbling the orcas jumping out of the water. For the final drawing, I decided to mismatch my sketch and thumbnails, and so created this half above water and part on the water scene. I then went over the sketch and adjusted some of the spots and forms. I spent the second hour mostly on all the shading of the orcas as well as the background. This time I added a green for a pop of color, and this inspired me to make the whole ocean scene more green. I will admit the water drawing brush did feel a bit like cheating, but oh well. The last hour I was mostly further working on the background. A problem I have with open ocean scenes is that it feels so empty. So with the rest of the time, I focused on drawing salmon into the scene. A favorite snack of resident orcas. This also gave me a way to add movement, since I could now draw all kinds of bubbles coming from all those mouths and fins. And this is the end result. What do you think? The challenge was definitely a bunch of fun. Illustrations like the 3-hour one I normally barely make. I do work sometimes more than 5 hours on something, but that is more so because of the amount of animals, background elements, or because of the many revisions with freelance work. It does kind of show, I think, since this one also has like 4 orcas. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!